Okay, another exciting ventures with Miss Lyons here. So we are going to be talking about types of lines. So welcome to your new lesson or your new unit. This unit is linear graphs, and all we're going to be doing this whole unit is talking about types of lines. Okay, so the first one we're going to see here is slanted. Okay, so slanted lines are, if you stand with your arms out and you move them up and down like you're dancing, okay, that means slanted, right? So we have slanted lines. They kind of look like this or like this, okay? They're slanted. And when we have slanted lines, what makes them slanted are these things right here, okay? This little thing and this little thing. It has a slope and it has a y-intercept, okay? So if we recall, our m is our slope, okay? M stands for move. This is how a function moves, and it moves using the slope. So it runs and rises, it rises, it runs, okay? The b is the y-intercept, okay? And that gives you these beautiful slanted lines. So if I wanted to graph this thing, okay, if I wanted to graph this thing, I could put it in my graphing calculator. So I'm going to go like this, go to my y equals, and I want to type this thing exactly, okay? So if I want to put in a fraction, I'm going to hit alpha y equals, I'm going to hit enter, and I have 1/2 x minus 3. Okay, first thing I want to do is, my window is a little off, so I'm going to change my window. So -10. Bear with me here. I don't know what happened here, but something. Okay, so here's my window, the one that looks just like yours, and the first thing I want you to look at is what is going on with this line, right? So this line is a nice slanted line, and I want to put points on this graph. 3 points make a line. So the first thing I'm going to do is I want to go to the table, and I want to get some negative points, and I want to get some positive points. So if you want to go to the table, I want to hit this blue button and graph. And here, I could care less about these little fractions over here. They're not going to do much for me. So I only want to focus on these positive whole numbers, these integers. Those are the ones I want to plot, okay? So I'm going to start at -4. So if I had this little table here, -4, 5 would be on my graph. So -1, -2, -3, -4, 1, 2, 3, -5. Okay. Fraction, not going to plot it. The next one I see is -2, -4. So -1, -2, 1, 2, 3. This, I only went down 4. It's 5. Okay. So this one is -4. Fraction, don't care. 0, -3. So 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. I'm going to get some positive ones here. So this is a fraction. Here we go. 2, -2. 1, 2, -2. Okay. So that should be good enough. And then I'm just going to connect this thing. Here is my line. I'm going to label my line. Very important to give this thing a name. Okay. All right. The next one we're going to look at is horizontal. Okay. So horizontal lines look like this. Okay. What's happening with horizontal lines, an easy way to remember this is this little anagram called HOI. The H in HOI means horizontal. Okay, so H stands for horizontal. This O we're talking about here is talking about the slope. So horizontal lines have 0 slope. Okay, so what that means is when you do your rise over your run, it comes out to be 0, okay? And this is always y equals a number, okay? So you have horizontal slope, horizontal lines have 0 slope, and their equation is always y equals. So if I wanted to draw this line at y equals 4, the reason horizontal lines are horizontal is because where on this graph does y equal 4? Okay, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, well, this is not the only place. If I choose any point along this line, it's all 4. If I wanted to pick an ordered pair here, I'd go, okay, well, here's 1, 2, 3, comma, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, here's another one. What if I picked one over here? I don't know, but whatever this x is, the output would be 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's a horizontal line at y equals 4 because all of the y values across here are 4. Okay, so this is y equals 4. All right, what about the next one? We have vertical lines. So this is VUX, okay? So hoi for horizontal, VUX for vertical. The V stands for vertical, okay? And what's happening with this U for vertical lines, okay? The U stands for undefined, okay? Vertical lines have undefined slope, and it's always x equals a number, okay? So same idea what's happening here, okay, is where is x equal to -2? X is equal to -2 right here. So if I had a point x equals -2, it's right here. Well, where else does x equal -2? Does x equal -2 here? Well, yeah, it does. Just the y is different. So this would be -2 comma whatever this y value is. Does x equal -2 right here? Well, yeah, it definitely does. It's just the y value that's different. What about all the way up here? Well, of course it does. Perfect. So this x equals, these are our vertical lines, okay? And these vertical lines have undefined slope because why? Well, when you take the slope of this line, remember slope is rise over run. So I would rise 1, 2, 3, but do I run any? No. So I have rise as a number and I run 0, and you say to yourself, well, can you divide a number into 0 parts? No, you cannot. So it's undefined. Okay. All right. So let's real quickly look down here, and we're going to do a little bit of a recall. So if you have a slanted line, okay, if you have a slanted line like what I see here, the slope of this line is always going to be increasing or it's always going to be decreasing. So slope is increasing or decreasing. Okay, so you have an increasing or decreasing. That's because it's slanted. So if you were skiing, you would be going skiing uphill here. If you were skiing and this was going down, you'd be downhill skiing. Okay, is this a function? Well, yeah, it is a function because it passes the vertical line test. What about here? Okay, what is the slope here? If I did rise, well, I would rise 0 and I would run a number, okay? And 0 divided by a number, well, that gives you 0. You can put it right in your calculator. So if I did 0 divided by 9, okay, that's just 0. But if I did 9 divided by 0, it would say, no, you cannot do that, okay? But 0 divided by a number, that's just 0. So this slope here for these horizontal lines, this is 0, okay? Is this a function? Well, does it pass the vertical line test? Yeah, this is a function, okay? And then lastly, our VUX with our x-axis, the slope of this, okay, we said it was this, our calculator gave us an error. So this slope is undefined, okay? And then here's the second thing. Is this a function? Would this pass the vertical line test? No way, because here you have very many x values for all of these y values, okay? So x equals -2 would go to a million different y values. Alrighty, so just a little recall. Really easy way to remember it are these hoi VUX things, okay? Alrighty, so now what we're going to do is we're going to practice with creating an equation for hoi VUX, all right? So for each of the following, give the equation of the line shown or described. Okay, so what I want you to realize is on this paper, your lines have arrows on the top and the bottom. Your axes only have arrows on the top and the right-hand side. So this is my line, these two are my axes. This is my line, these two are my axes. So the axis is also labeled. Okay, so the first thing I want you to recognize is if the line is horizontal or if the line is vertical, all right? So right here, I'm looking at this line. This line is a vertical line. So this is a Vox line, okay? So since this is a vertical line, I know it's x equals whatever x value is right here, okay? So I have a vertical line at x equals 1, 2, 3, okay? So the x is 3, so that means that x equals 3 is the equation of this line, okay? What about the next one? So is this vertical or horizontal? This one right here, this is vertical. So I'm at Vox, okay? So Vox is vertical. That means it's x equals something. So what x value does this line lay at? -1, -2, -3, -4. So x equals -4. All right, this next one, what is the line? This is the line. Is this horizontal or is this vertical? This is horizontal, okay? So that means I'm hoi, okay? So horizontal, y equals. All right, well, what's the y value here? That's what y is going to equal. So the y value is down here at -1. So the equation of this line is y equals -1. All righty, next, horizontal or vertical? Well, this looks like a vertical line, so that means I'm at the Vox. Okay, vertical lines are x equals, and it's the x value where the line is. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So x equals 5. All righty, we are going right along here. Horizontal or vertical? Horizontal, so I'm a hoi. Horizontal lines have y equals. Okay, well, what is y equal? Y equals the y value where this graph goes. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so y equals 4. And the last one here, so horizontal or vertical? This right here is horizontal, so I'm a hoi. And h is the horizontal, y equals is what that's going to be in as an equation. And it's the y value that you have. So y equals 1, 2. So y equals 2. All right, so the bottom is taking it one step further. And what I want you to do here, along with me, is I want you to graph all of these, and then I want you to tell me what type of line it is, okay? So the first thing I want you to recognize here, y equals 3/5 x minus 2. All right, so I'll put that in my calculator. Y equals alpha y, enter, 3/5 x minus 2. I want to graph it, okay? So what I see here is a slanted line, okay? So this type is slanted. And now I'm going to plot it. So I'm going to get some values, some coordinate pairs here. So second graph, and yeah, lots of fractions. So I'm going to stay away from those fractions in the y values, and I'm going to only deal with these whole integers. So the first one I see is -5, -5. So I get -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. All right. I'm going to keep going here until I see another whole number. Okay, so I get 0, -2. So 0 is right here, down -2. Okay, I'm going to keep going. 3 points make a line, so I'm going to keep going until I see another one. Oh, here's another whole number, my y. So x is 5, y is 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go. There's that point. So here is this line. Okay, I'm going to graph it. And you better believe I'm going to name it. So y equals 3/5 x minus 2. Okay. The next one, okay, this one is y equals 6. All right. So I have y equals a number. Okay, well, you could certainly put that in here. So y equals 6. If I put that into my calculator, y equals 6, and I hit graph, well, that's a horizontal line. That's a horizontal line here at 6. So right here, we would have horizontal, and it would be at y equals 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Notice in your calculator what we're talking about here. So every x value is different, but the output is always 6. So I have horizontal line here. 3 dots make a line. So here we go. Should I name it? Oh yeah, you better believe it. Y equals 6. Okay, what are we thinking for this one? Slanted, horizontal, and vertical. Give it your best guess. Okay, I'm going to put it on my calculator to confirm my thought. So negative x plus 7, graph. Ooh, slanted. I thought it was slanted. Definitely slanted because it has a slope and it has a y-intercept. Mostly because it has a slope, okay? It's slanted because it has a slope. So it looks like this. I want to get points, second table, so I have a valid graph. I'm going to do some negative ones and I'm going to do some positive ones. So I'm going to start at -2, +9. So x is -2, 1, 2. Y is +9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Guess I'm not going to do that. How about -1? So -1, 8 is right here. 0, 7. So here's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here is 0, 7. And 1, 6. So I get 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now I'm just gonna, oh no, I lost, oh, it's right here. So silly. I was looking for this and I couldn't find it. Okay, so here we are with this line. Boom, 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 boom. What a beauty. Are we going to name it? Oh, yeah, we're going to name it. Okay, so this was y equals -x plus 7. Alrighty, this next one, I get x equals -4. Now, one thing I want you to notice here is if I wanted to put this in my graphing calculator, I cannot, because this, you can't change this portion right here. So I can't change this to an x. Your calculator will only graph in y equals. So notice this does not say y equals, this says x equals. So I cannot graph x equals -4 using my calculator, okay? So this is one of those things where we're gonna have to know hoi vux, okay? Because this says x equals, so what that tells me is this is a vertical line at that x equals. So this is vertical. And where? Well, it's all x equals -4. I have a vertical line at x equals -4. So where is x equals -4? 1, 2, 3, 4, right here. Where else is x equal to -4? X equals -4 all along this. So this would be -4, 2. This would be -4, -2. This would be -4, 8. This would be -4, -8. Okay, so all this line, okay? And this is x equals -4. Last one here. Slanted, vertical, horizontal. I see a slope. Okay, if you see a slope, you are slanted. Okay, you are slanted. And let's put it in here. So y equals 2x plus 1. First thing I want to do is graph it and see what that looks like. All right, so it is a slanted line for sure. Now I want to get some points here. All right, so I want some negative and some positive. So I'm going to start at negative, let's start at -2. So x is -1, -2, y is -3. So -1, -2, -3. Here's a point. -1, 1. So I start at 0, -1, down 1. Okay, 0, 1. And then 1, 1, 2, 3. So there is that line. See why we start labeling our lines? Because look at how many are on here. I wouldn't know which one is which if they weren't named. Everybody deserves a name. You have a name. They better have a name. Okay, so this one right here, this is going to be a no, you try. Okay. So what that means is in your Delta assignment, this is going to be the first question in your homework. So I'm going to know if you got it right or if you got it wrong. If me or Miss Martin sees you in class, we're going to be checking your notebook for this as well the next day. So have it prepared for you or for us. Okay. So because we just want to, now that you have the notes ahead of time for in class, we may be doing that for you nice virtual folks. Okay. So all this is doing is matching A, B, C, and D, matching the line to the equation, okay? So what does the vertical line look like? What does the horizontal line look like? What does the slanted line look like? Where do they start? Where do they begin? Put it in your calculator. However you want to do it, but that's up to you to do, okay? I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Thank you for coming. Have a good day.